All right, 6:30, let's go.
Okay. Call the meeting to order at 6:30. Craig, would you lead us tonight?
Sure.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no scheduled speakers. We're going to do some meeting minutes. The first one was a non-public. If you had a chance to take it to non-public, that was the envelope.
Yeah. There's.
It's pretty straightforward.
That was from the 327 meeting, right?
Yep. And we talked about that non-public.
You did. Okay. So you want to
Yeah.
talk about these, or?
Just make a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the 327 minutes as drafted.
Non-public? Non-public.
Let me finish, please. And to accept the non-public minutes as drafted and leave them sealed for a year. I'm done.
Did you just do these two? Which
I
one?
did 327, I said.
So you did all of them?
I did 327.
320, all of 327?
Yeah. So do you second my motion?
I'm looking who's here. Yes, I have to second it because Rick wasn't here. I
Rick wasn't
second
here,
it.
right?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Understand.
Yep.
February 27th?
Mike, we're going to work backwards.
Yeah, it seems like we're working down, so.
27.
Make a motion, we accept the February 27th minutes as drafted. Oh, wait a minute, time out, I wasn't
You
here.
weren't there. Slow it up. Slow it
No,
up.
I was thinking, I saw this one,
Motion to accept February 27th meetings as drafted.
and I will abstain.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
You
right.
still abstain.
Yeah, I did. All right, now we got the February 24th minutes.
Motion to accept the February 24th minutes
Second that motion?
as drafted.
I wasn't there again. Boy, I'm delinquent. I abstain.
I'll second it.
I see my name, then I can read after, it says absent.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Soon we're start over. Public comments, just to remind everybody, we're going to take our public comments at the beginning of the meeting, at the end of the meeting, and we limit the comments during the report, during the town officials' reports. Given it's the first meeting after the elections, it's time for us to reorganize. So I will make a motion that we have Brian Robisheau be the chair for the next year.
Second.
All right, all in favor, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Aye.
And the vice chair, I make a motion, it's Richard Surrette.
Second?
All right,
Yep.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we have some committee assignments, right? Just a second.
Do we have the list of them all?
Gee,
Okay.
I think we do. Anything you want, Chair? I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we'll do it at the end of the next meeting, right?
Oh, I think she has them all.
Committee assignments?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So I made a list of who is currently assigned to them.
Okay, let's just go through that, and see if we're okay with
Yeah,
that.
sounds good.
Mr. Chair?
Well, let's let you ride on chair for the rest of this meeting.
Oh, you're nice. Okay.
So Brian is currently the rep for agriculture.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I know. Rick is the rep for cemetery. Do you want me to just read them all?
Sure. Well, just-
Rich, you're for conservation. Brian, heritage. Rich, joint loss.
That's right.
You on here. Rick for planning board, and Brian for ZBA.
Yeah.
And
I
I'll
think we need to add.
And
yeah,
No, go ahead.
add one for the trustees.
trustees of the trust fund, I'd like to do that. they meet quarterly, but that's, I've been going for a couple of years now. Very interesting. So if you put that on the website. We want to make any changes to that list?
I think, I'm fine. We're good.
All right. We're good. Okay. Marilou, you ready?
Sure. One moment.
Okay.
See that pro?
I have, we'll save bills for later. I have done the first quarter's worth of payments in cash for you, so you can have a look at that. Here, here. I also have the Form MS 232. If you could sign it tonight, this form is the report of the appropriations that were actually voted at town meeting. And then I'll get it to the DRA.
Okay.
And that's probably it for me till bills and,
You know, we're all jumping ahead to see what the propane usage is, because we're getting some very large bills.
yep, we're already halfway through the budget.
And that's propane and electricity.
Propane and electricity. So I think,
What page you on for that? That would be,
I didn't keep a copy. It's government, general government.
Here it is. It's the 4194.401. General government buildings.
wow. Okay, we, 3,600 out of 7,000 budgeted. I think,
This year?
yeah, since January.
Yeah.
Since January, not since the heating season.
We'll have to work on cutting that down through July.
Yeah. So what I want to suggest is when Bill was on the board, we put meters on all 4 buildings. And he tried to read them monthly to see where the usage was going. And I want to suggest that we just capture it once a year. So what I'll do is I'll go out and read them tomorrow. If you could record it where you record the assignments. Laurie. Next year, when we do the assignments, we can take a look at where we consumed all the propane per meter.
Do you want to do that like late fall?
Doesn't matter, as long as it's a year from now,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, just get
In 12 months is
get
where we
12
use it.
sample.
A lot of you usually they're reading it monthly, and then we'll find out where it's going.
That'll help us direct conservation efforts.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we thought it was cheap keeping the facility next door warm as opposed to blowing the pipes out.
Yeah.
Well, if that's where we're using all the propane, we might want to revisit
They
that.
kept it on and blew the pipes out anyway.
We never had a plumber in doing that.
Well, I mean, we froze the pipes out, blew them out.
Yeah, we froze them, but, so maybe we wanted, maybe it's cheaper to have it, the plumber come over and blow them out, paid $150 or whatever it is. If we need it for emergency, we recharge it after the heat's up, then have them come back. If we're spending a lot of money there. But we'll know next year, like you said, we'll be able to figure out what we want to do.
I think you should record the meters quarterly. So there's no surprises, we can see spikes, ups and downs, and get more data points. All right, I would. If you want to make a schedule, I'll do the reading.
All right, let's, yeah, let's, you can answer.
You should create some sort of
Little form,
kind of clipboard, so we just go out there and just,
I'll add it to the monthly rotation chart.
Sure,
sounds good.
All right.
yeah, so we do our. Okay, I'm sorry, Mary Lou, what else do you have for us?
Ed, you can't plow anymore, I'm getting no more money in the winter budget.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
That's $194.
Is that bad too? Wait till us.
We had a lot of snow,
Perfect.
so stop plowing.
We over 194 or below?
We still have 194 left in the budget.
Good job.
And we got money left in,
Came in under.
Summer.
well, the materials, we still have a decent, not much, but we get some money in there, so. Let's hope it doesn't start snowing too
So
early in the
I
fall.
think for the public, we should say what you saw. We had the budget for
55,000?
55,000 for these 3 months and the autumn.
In the,
And the autumn. And we got $194 left out of the $55,000 we're looking at, one of them coming at us. And material's okay, but we'll use more material in the fall. Yes, sir? You don't, that's why I read the numbers aloud.
Yeah,
That's-
it doesn't sound right to me, but,
Please check your
I'll go
records.
there.
huh?
I'll go check.
No, don't waste your time.
But that's,
That's from January 1st?
yeah,
Yes.
that's 15,000 a month on average. Do a ballpark, look at your numbers.
Yeah.
Well, because last year we budgeted 55 grand, we spent 59.8. So I think clearly we need to start looking at that budget item next year.
It's typically been 55.
For years. Okay. Anything else in there we should take a look at, or we'll take them home and look at them?
Yeah, that's the best we'll do.
All right, take those home, check those
I'll
out.
have papers to sign at the end of the meeting, along with checks and bills.
And you'll leave a copy in there for,
There is a copy in there, that's why I don't have one.
thank you.
Mhm.
Tax, you done? Yes.
Yes.
Tax collector, anything, Rose?
Yeah, we're planning on doing the leaning on Friday of the unpaid 2017 taxes. As of today, there are about $58,000 worth of taxes, unpaid taxes, including penalties and interest
For 17?
for 2017. Monday, we're planning on doing the deeding of the unpaid 2015 taxes. There are still 2 property owners that have not paid.
Okay,
They
last-
have until Friday at noon, I believe it is, or maybe it's Monday at noon, to make that payment.
And at the last meeting, we authorized 3,
Right,
so someone has paid theirs.
someone has paid, right.
Good.
And one other thing, I'd like to make a suggestion that the selectmen maybe hold a work day to clean up that room upstairs, get it straightened out, maybe get some shelves up there so that we can get things stored. Diana had all the tax collect paperwork straightened out, and it doesn't seem to be that way any longer. But there is stuff up there that probably has been long beyond its useful life and should be gotten rid of.
Okay.
But probably department should be notified.
Pardon me?
Department should be notified. It's like cleaning is different than throwing away and stuff.
Because didn't we do a
Right,
document?
there's archival stuff up there, all the storage for the scheduled retention of the treasurer's
Yep.
records. Actually, they're not the treasurer's records, they're the selectmen's bills and stuff. Accounts receivable, accounts payable, all that has to be retained for a certain period of time. So you can't just go through and throw it out. What you can throw out is the enormous bunch of computer boxes, old computers, speakers, software from 20, 30 years ago, or whenever software started.
So maybe we should get some shelving, label who owns that shelf and how long we should retain the information for. That'd be almost scary.
My boxes are labeled with the
Right.
destroy date.
Excellent.
So, and I don't have anything coming up yet. So I think I have another year before anything can be destroyed, probably 2 years.
Because didn't we just do a pretty decent sized document purge about a year or 2 back, didn't we?
Craig did.
3 years ago, I think it
Three,
was.
that long ago?
And I was just talking to Jenny, after we figure out what needs to go out of your voters registration files and what Jenny has, we might be ready to do another one. An idea would be to try to get it on a Saturday morning and offer it to the public and have them make donations. In other words, all the people that have all their old tax stuff or their investment files from 20 years ago, they'd be able to bring that to the shredder on site and make a donation towards the expense. Sandwich is doing that this month, actually, and some other towns have done it.
Just offer the shredder to the residents.
Yeah, in other words, you announce it well in advance that on such and such a date, from these hours, there will be a mobile shredder on site, and people are invited to bring, you can put a limit if you want, like 5 bankers boxes or 5 carry bags of stuff to be shredded.
Was it Iron Mountain we had last time we did it?
No, Iron Mountain is prohibitively expensive. We had Northeast Document.
Okay.
And actually, I just got, they send me an email every year asking whether or not we're ready to do it again.
Did they come out on a Saturday?
That's the question. I have a feeling they may not on Saturdays.
Yeah, see, I don't think they did.
Yeah. No, the one that we had 3 years ago, that was during the week, yeah. Myself and, I forget if Jenny was here. I handled most of it.
Great idea.
Hmm?
I think it's a good thing to schedule up along with the cleaning. If
Yeah.
Everyone has to be here, so we get the right input and make sure we throw out things that are expendable.
Okay. Are we gonna do any action with that, or are we gonna just?
I think we should go up there and take a look before we start.
Okay.
See what kind of time. You have to do it sooner rather than later before it gets hot out.
Well, absolutely, and I was talking about the shredder too.
Well, let's see what we got up there and coordinate that with Craig.
Okay.
Sound good?
All right, I wanna break from this now, because we got, I think Brad might wanna say something, but Craig does, right? He's got some issues for us, that you've been coming for 3 weeks now, and 3
Right.
meetings now, and we're all here,
3 days, third time's a charm.
so why don't we jump to Craig?
Okay. So, about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, I discussed with you the idea of me going on payroll instead of being an independent consultant as the archivist. And Marilou had some input on that. There was some discussion, I think, I forget, was that the one when Rick wasn't there for it? That was the problem. So we put it off, and we're here to discuss it again and hopefully make a decision.
And the issue was liability, if I remember correctly. Workman's
That's
comp
the way I see it in terms of the fact that I now supervise 2 people, and I know from my experience with some other towns, they are very cautious about the way the state supervises employment of individuals and the difference between a independent contractor and somebody who's really an employee, albeit a very part-time employee. Oh no, Rick was here, that's right. Brian must not have been, yeah, Brian wasn't here at the first meeting. And then the second time I came, Rick wasn't. Yeah,
So,
because Rick had some comments about it, and
that's right. So the salary would stay the same, only difference is we pick up the social security, part of the social security as an employee as opposed to a contractor.
I contacted the Department of Labor, and under their guidelines, they felt that he should be an employee. And I'm also going to a labor law seminar in May, and thought I would ask there as well, just to get a second opinion. But the Department of Labor's they really have come down on all businesses, and not just New Hampshire, but New Hampshire in particular has, Department of Labor has indicated that they have definite guidelines for what's an employee and what's an independent contractor. And when I talked to the representative at Department of Labor, they definitely felt Greg should be an employee.
And we already got them in the budget, so it's not like it's gonna change anything.
Nothing changes other than,
A little bit of additional money for social security,
yep,
which is gonna be nominal, because it's not under,
7%.
yep.
Give or take.
yeah. 7% of 2,400, which is the total budget for salaries.
Yeah, but that's everybody. That's
Yep,
all
yep.
three of them.
Yep, but I understand, so it's, you know, so it's not bad.
I didn't do the research that you did, Mary Ann, but I still don't see it as a necessary step. Very low. But I won't object if the board thinks we should go that way.
What's the downside? What's the downside if we do it?
A little bit more money in the workers' comp policy, a little bit of money in social security, right?
And workman's comp or liability policies change or anything, any
No.
insurance changes?
The comp will change a little bit, very little, but.
Minimally, because it's really kind of an office position, so it's
That's what I'm saying.
under
It's-
8710, so it's not, it's like under $1
Yeah,
per $100 of gross wages, so it's not bad.
So I don't see what the downside is.
Are the assistants employees?
Yes,
Yes. Yep.
That's the issue. If they were working for him, we wouldn't have an issue because we hired him. He's an outside contractor supervising our employees. That's
it's kind of
crux
bad,
of it.
yeah.
What's the downside to having an outside contractor supervising employees?
Say it again, Marilou.
so you can't, it's just that the state of New Hampshire has certain rules. There's like 5 specific rules that say, if this is what your employee does, then he's an employee, he's not an independent contractor. And when I called the Department of Labor, they definitely felt that he fell under the guidelines of being an employee versus being an independent contractor. And I meant to bring the papers that say, here's the employee, here's an independent contractor, but I didn't bring it tonight, but they definitely felt that he should be an employee.
So are we not compliant to a law or rule in the state?
Well, yes and no. If they came in and if the Department of Labor walked in the door and did an audit, we could be considered non-compliant and would have to go back and possibly pay the payroll taxes for the time that he's had this position.
Payroll taxes being the social security taxes?
That's a possible, undoubtedly a penalty.
All right, so, I don't know, to me, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't.
I agree with you. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't do it. The risk that, we get risk if we don't do it, if we get fined. The town's been fined in the past because we've been non-compliant in some other areas where they had a $500 fine years ago. So if they do come in and catch us or see that we're not compliant, we could be fined, so. I'll make a motion, we hire him at his existing rate, make him an employee.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Done.
Thank you.
So we'll go through the general procedure for a new employee.
Yep.
You and I will meet sometime. I'll email you, maybe we can get our schedules.
Want to tell
Sure.
them what we're gonna do? Let the public know too.
We'll do 2 background checks, one for driving and one for criminal background checks. And then, once that's done, a letter of hire will be written and that'll outline.
And I have to bring like a passport.
Yes, yep. And then we'll do all the payroll documentation for an I-9 and a W-4 and all that fun stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for bringing it up, Craig.
Thank you.
Brad, you have anything for us?
Yes, as fire warden,
Okay.
I do. It is time for the every other year reappointment of the warden and the deputy wardens, which remains the same as it has been. There is one deputy that was removed, but it's still reflected as being there.
Oh, no, that's me.
That's it.
I'll look at the checkbox, okay.
And you gentlemen agree, if you could sign the back of it and date it, that would be terrific.
That's not, that's public information, yes, we can read the names.
Sure can.
Yeah, we'll have to read it.
Alrighty then. Deputy Warden, David Champy. Deputy Warden, Michael Moore. Deputy Warden, Todd Nason. Deputy Warden, Janet Williamson. Then Warden would be Brad Williamson.
Okay,
So I make a motion to accept this as presented and.
sure. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
As long as we're talking fire warden, you gave us an excellent report last year of where the permits were, how many permits you issued.
Mhm.
Our feedback after looking at it would be good if we have names associated with each permit. And if it's not names, map and lot, or something to identify.
Address.
Address is good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let my become person.
Okay, then I requires the line.
Just we want to see what the distribution is. There was a lot, there was over 100, I think, we had on the spreadsheet.
Oh, well over 100.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden we said, is there one person that is doing it? Is it a neighborhood? Is it, that's, yeah,
Every couple months is sufficient on that?
sure. End of the year's almost good. We don't, I mean, it's,
Maybe you're okay.
you hear that? Whenever the season's over, when, September, October, whatever,
When it snows.
next month.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Brendan?
That's all I have to say.
Okay, good, thank you. He left, I knew he wanted to get out. Big stuff. Planning board is meeting soon.
Administrative assistant.
Administrative assistant, wait till next week.
Just a couple of things. So Rose and Rich and I had a phone consultation with Bill Letsky regarding the website, and that's underway. Do we want it?
Yeah, tell them what we're looking for.
What we're looking for are some high-quality photos that we can use as a header on the website if anybody has any material. Who knows if anyone that has anything.
It'd be nice if it was summer, spring, summer type.
Just general photos?
Right, well, we were thinking scenery, views from the top of Moose Mountain or Mountain Lake, the townhouse building.
We tried to take a
Anything
picture of
that
the
really
townhouse. It is in such
Well,
poor
some good
condition,
ones.
some with good paint.
Yeah, I think so.
I took a picture, you could see all the peeling paint, it was
You
awful.
can, oh. No, I have some from years ago.
Excellent.
Oh, perfect. Could you get them to me?
We, I think the
Inside,
discussion,
outside?
Outside.
Yeah.
Outside.
landmarks for town, so we
Yeah.
were thinking along the lines of that logo
Yeah.
and the townhouse, and maybe something else that they could find.
We have a couple nice ones that don't even have utility poles. and
That
stuff.
would be excellent. We've
Someone
seen,
has good ones, email to you.
Yes, please.
you've talked to some people in town up on
There's
this
a
mountain.
contest.
Oh, I don't know about a contest.
I had a nice one of the corner things with lilacs growing up at Stoneham Corner, which, now that one looks older, but it was,
So they're looking for some photos for,
okay. And the sign definitely got destroyed this winter. So we'll have to,
Darn plow guys.
they do a good job,
Never said they didn't.
but it definitely got destroyed.
I wouldn't know anything about hitting signs myself.
anything else, or?
The only other thing is I'm meeting with Mr. Nolan tomorrow. He's the, pardon?
Forester.
Yes.
Oh.
The Forest Management Plan for the Conservation Commission, so I'm meeting him tomorrow morning. He had some questions to go over, and he was looking for surveys, deeds, anything that we have on the property.
Oh, great.
we have the plot plan, we have a plot plan, and we have the deed.
Yeah, we have a pretty good folder going on that stuff.
Yeah, so he'll be coming in late tomorrow morning,
Good, good,
so that's it for me.
okay. Planning board now,
The 19th.
the 19th, okay. Code enforcement, anything going on?
Yeah. Well, no, not all. But I do have some papers for requiring signatures. I have an intent to cut for map 45 lot 4. And the name has changed, but because I believe it's been put into an LLC, but it's up off from Woodman Hill, large parcel up there. Warrant for activity tax, and 2 intent to excavates, which are the same 2 pits that it's been for years.
Okay. This is for the gravel that was taken out of the Smith pit.
Yeah.
$26. If we had the Ospey pit, it would be different.
It's 2 cents a yard.
2 cents a yard.
Yep.
That's the only one we have? There's
That's
no, no activity in the other, on the other?
There is,
pit?
and the report of excavated material is ready to be run through the matrix, but I have not done it
I'll make sure that's an active pit.
yet. Yeah.
If it's not,
It's not what?
I don't know. No. I think it's something to do with grandfathering. All right, that goes to the tax collector. Yeah, it goes to the tax collector.
We signed this, these?
Yeah, I highlighted all the areas that need to be signed. Don't ask any questions, just sign. Just kidding.
Stuff that-
You know, we, what is this?
That's the one, that's the new intent for this pit here. That you have
Oh.
yield tax on. Or activity tax, they call it.
You know, we've been doing this for a number of years. Why did you bring these to us? Do you,
Because the state says I have to.
is there any reason for us to say no? Or is this something we just?
Not really, I mean, it's.
Do offline?
Well, the state requires your acknowledgement of what's going on.
I understand, but
Okay.
we've been doing this for a long time,
Yeah.
and we always say yes. So if it's just a case of looking at it.
Oh, I would say, you know, if we have a safeguard that the planning board goes out and inspects these pits every year. And if there
Yes,
was an issue, a non-compliance of erosion or excavating too close to a road or boundary, the embankments were too steep or anything like that that they didn't like, they would inform you guys, and then when this came around again, you could say no, or you could put ultimatums that, you know, this has to be taken care of first, and that has to be taken care of first.
okay.
But this planning board has had no issues
I don't
that you know of?
I don't know if we've ever,
We've had no issues to date.
have we ever been told,
What?
the board,
That they were excavated?
not that there's no issues?
Yes, we inspect the pits, and there's no issues.
Yeah, you were just told.
Huh?
I said, there, you were just told.
Okay.
They're pretty, both of those pits are from the 40s,
I understand.
and they've been going along, and they stay within the parameters very, very much.
Okay, now let's, intent to cut, that's what I was really talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you
Now,
were
I had
saying-
that in front of me, absolutely.
You had that in front of you, and I thought that's what you were talking about.
But now we intend to cut.
So, and there is, and this applies for both. If,
Is this a generic amount that they put in, 5,000, they're both 5,000?
yeah,
The chair,
so in general, you want to estimate, you're only estimating. and you want to estimate high rather than low. Because it requires, if you estimate low and you go over, then you have to file a supplemental, it's just more paperwork. So the state encouraged, and I know that firsthand because one time I went over and they said, oh, well, you've gone over, I don't see this and I don't see that, it's just paperwork. So my advice to you, and this is coming from the state, my advice to you would be estimate high. It's better to come in under what you estimate. So it is kind of generic, you kind of estimate what you see coming down the road for activity.
Is there a maximum per year on these pits or a minimum?
You know, because you can go under 1,000 for your personal use, there's fee structure right here.
Yeah.
So depending on what you take out, and what you're using it for. Yeah. Back to your question. If a person, whether it be what they call the activity for gravel and yield for timbering,
Yes.
if these warrants go out and the tax bill goes out and they do not pay them, and we've had this in the past, and they come in and request another intent, you can have them put up a bond to get this one in the amount of the tax.
I understand that. We've done that. I remember.
Right, we've done that.
But we always approve the initial intent to cut.
Yep.
Would it be helpful if we just signed these offline?
Oh, yeah, you could, we've done that in the past too. But typically, we all know when we're gonna be here.
All right. Yes, we do.
Yep, no, I've done it a lot of times, you know, if somebody's in a hurry or, you know, something's come up, I've gone around and collected signatures. They don't have to be done here, because it's generally, most all of ours are done through foresters or older homeowners of large parcel that do a certain amount every year. There's not a whole lot of change. They generally run 12 to 16 intents every year, and 80% of them are the same people.
So when I look at these, I look at where the Maclean lot is.
Yeah.
Who's doing it?
They tell you, these tell you, and the information you can get off this is
Yeah.
where the lot is, how big the whole lot is, how much of it they're intending to cut or
Yeah.
excavate, what road they're accessing the property from,
Woodland Hill.
and how much they intend to take out.
That's timber, right?
Mhm.
This is, you know, the lot.
Yeah.
Do you have all the signatures?
I
you
do,
need?
I just checked that, I have all of them have been signed the way I had hoped you would sign them.
Okay.
Okay?
Anything else from code?
Nothing from code.
The road agent,
I think we're done plowing. I think.
got $194 left for the year.
We've got very little plowing left to do.
Go fast.
I actually took the stuff off the grader. I'm trying to hopefully start doing some grading this coming week. And start getting the jump on things. We've distributed some culverts and get ready to do pretty aggressive culvert replacement this year. And start some, we'll call them catch basin work this year too.
How about paving?
I was supposed to meet with him this past Wednesday. And we had postponed it to yesterday, and I still haven't connected. He's getting his equipment all out and up and running, but I'm trying to get those prices together. Quantities and things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. Unless you have any other questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Conservation Commission, they had a meeting last week. They'd like to have, if we're doing the breakfast, we said we'd do the breakfast the last Saturday of the month.
Yeah, we threw a date out last.
Yeah,
April.
Of April, they can't attend the 21st.
Okay, so we'll do the 28th.
We're gonna do our normal coffee morning, we'll do it on the
All right, so instead of coffee, we're gonna do
the breakfast.
breakfast, yeah, the 28th. 28th,
What time?
8 o'clock we start. And then there's gonna be a town cleanup sponsored by the Conservation Commission, or they have some other activities planned also.
That's good, maybe it'll be warmer.
Maybe, maybe. It's 2 weeks, it could be hot.
Yeah.
Heritage Commission, I'll skip.
No,
No. You trained me and I.
we're gonna meet.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't know a date, but I'll get back to you, probably next week.
You're still looking for members?
We certainly are looking for members. We're down to 2 plus a selectman. So it would help if anybody's interested in the history of the town and helping with planning what happens at the townhouse. Look at the website and we'll get it posted when the meeting will be.
Okay. Cemetery trustees.
Meeting the 12th, 7 o'clock.
That's this week.
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay, any other boards or committees? None that I see here. Okay, townhouse maintenance plan. I said I was gonna meet with Gary to help figure out how we're gonna move forward with sizing that job. We did that at the coffee, and he was trying to get over there this past Saturday. He didn't make it. He's gonna shoot for this Saturday. He's gonna spend Saturday poking at that, see how much rotwood we have.
Okay.
That's the big issue. We know we have to paint it and scrape it, but when you start attacking the rot and stuff, how much do you have? Can't quantify that. You don't want to leave it open-ended.
Right.
So that's the update. Pole license agreement. I guess I don't know where we stand on that. Rod Wood said, make sure it's correct or you're gonna lose. This new telephone company, Consolidated, is getting aggressive. So, I know we started that work.
And we got the language, we had it all set. I guess we had to see where that stands, because I know Jay Whitelaw got us everything, and it was pretty clear of what we needed to do. It was just implementing it. I think it was probably the real deal.
Okay. So you wanna talk about that next week or in 2 weeks?
Yeah, sure. See what I can find on that here.
And the roof update, you told us via mail or email or something.
Yeah, I was able to get in touch with the roofer last year that was scheduled, then he had a fall. He mended up pretty well, he's back to work, and he will contact us at the end of April to set a date in May to do this roof, strip it and re-roof it.
Okay. And the investment policy, you drafted an investment policy for us?
I did, and Marilou is back, and she's read it over, she wants to get another shot at it, and probably next meeting we'll have a better discussion on it.
Good. Any other old business we want to talk about? Any new business? We talked about this, trustees, that was me, for the trustees of the trust fund. Anything else?
The kiosk, I have to grab that thing that Laurie printed off for me to say that thing is now dead. So we have to tear it down, right? Okay.
We said we'd leave the sign up for a month that it's no longer in use.
Yep.
Did you tell
I'll
the
walk
other?
down and take all the papers off it.
I think the only thing that's valuable is the part that says Town of Brookfield on top. That looks like the old part.
Yeah,
It
right.
probably is,
The rest looks like it's rather new.
although the older sign was smaller.
All new. Wow, within reason.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you-
probably still, well, anyway.
I'd keep it anyways, but.
Yeah, pop it off. and
The
say-
sign,
Yeah.
with the,
We can put it upstairs.
be careful. I was gonna go there and I stopped.
That's the same thing.
I stopped.
Shut up.
Put it with bricks and wainscoting.
I stopped.
Yes, I sent a blurb out to all the departments, letting them know that we were no longer using that kiosk.
Because they have to update their rules of procedure or they'll be in violation of the RSA. Okay, thank you for doing that. Okay, let's take, any other public comments? Any public comments? Let's do bills, mail. We got some invoices from the banks that we should look at.
Ossipee aggregates, $1,108.07. I'm gonna assume this is for Santa? It
Yeah,
doesn't say.
The
It just-
date, the date on it?
3/10/18. Brookfield, FOB Ospey individual.
I may have paid it on the 31st, I didn't look that one up. Oh, that was here in my box. That's why I didn't look it up.
Do you remember doing it in Ospey?
310, yes, yeah, that's Santa, sorry.
Santa?
I was thinking 310, I thought it was, yeah, that's Santa.
Governor Wentworth School District, April bill for 2018, $19,252. Consolidated Communications, $84.29. Consolidated Communications, $42.16. White Mountain Oil and Propane, $1,119.75. We cleared, we have no balance due, other than the new balance. Morton Salt, bulk rock salt with ice be gone.
Do not pay that bill.
Okay. Any reason why?
Yes, because it is not ice be gone, it should be $58 and change a ton. We never got, we only use regular rock salt. I have tried, and I've got it noted on my copy of the bill. You call the local distributor, they tell you to call corporate. I can't get through to anybody, so I will write on the bill and send it back. We owe them for salt, but it's wrong, that's, the bill
That
is
ice be
wrong.
gone brings up the per ton price. what
Yeah,
is
Oh, but this was
it's
January
Yeah,
2018.
it was the second load of salt we got this year.
Oh, did I pay it? I'll check. Why don't I check?
Why don't you check and then get back to me?
Yep.
So the salt was delivered without the additive? Or,
Right, we only get basic rock salt, and they're billing us for additive, what they call magic salt or ice be gone,
which we didn't receive?
which we did receive.
We don't have too many.
No.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we pay the bills as read.
Second motion?
All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Where'd you send that? You send one? This one too.
Yeah, I didn't sign. I was reading them,
Yeah.
but I didn't sign.
That one you did.
Well, I didn't go.
We got that already. So we'll have one more meeting before the breakfast. We can do a planning then?
Sure.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.